So, knowledge in the mind through awareness, and what prevents that knowledge in the mind. So we have steps that creates a veil of ignorance in the mind, leads us to do some what is known in our tradition as austerity, as tapasya. It means we have to work on the mind to remove the veil, but at the same time, the practice needs to be done with not only commitment, with love. Patanjali says, while explaining abhyasa, the practice should have 3 elements. One element, regular practice. Second element, unbroken continuity. Third is with the firmness of a faith inside that this is going to help me discover my true nature. Whether you say it's a true nature or you say it's a pure consciousness, or you say it is a subjective reality, whatever the name you give, it doesn't matter. So I'm repeating again. Knowledge in the mind. So in the beginning, what kind of a knowledge should be there? So then I'm linking it to one of the very finest teachings available in the text. He says that knowledge in the mind should separate the self from the non-self. Simple. You separate self from the non-self. And one of the most beautiful way to understand, I look at the hand. Does the hand also says, I'm also looking at you? No. So it is the non-self. Where the I is, somewhere inside. But at present, when I say I look at the hand, and hand never says I look at you, do you get that awareness? That in spite of heavy conditioning through the mind, which claims this hand is me, but when you are aware, does the hand also says I'm looking at you? No, it's non-self. It is non-self. This is my house. My house also says I'm looking at you. Maybe the house says I will continue to exist. Let me see how long you exist. Or you change the house. Look at it. Simple way. It is such a simple way to understand it. To understand it. And the moment that awareness comes, the first thing, we are picking up little higher journey, higher understanding. So knowledge in the mind. One thing comes to my mind. Every master clearly says, what is the result of the meditation? The knowledge of the self. That is the goal of meditation. So when I have a knowledge of the self, the non-self is separated naturally, it is dropped naturally from my consciousness. So it becomes a pure consciousness or true nature. How simple it is. But the knowledge in the mind reveals when we work on the mind, when the mind is pure, transparent. Then the self reflects into the mind and we experience inner peace, happiness, love, and wisdom. Patanjali further says, Tapah swadhyaya Ishwar pranidhanani. 3 steps. So what happens by the 3 steps? So the master says, the first result is that I deepen the practice of meditation. Samadhi bhavanarth. In the 2nd chapter, the first sutra. Samadhi, I'm just talking with for Priscilla's 1st chapter, 2nd chapter, the 1st sutra. Samadhi bhavanarth. The first 2 sutras are very important. So it deepens the practice, the 3 elements. We'll talk about it. And the second is the most beautiful. Klesh tarunarthascha. The suffering, whether it's a physical, mental, emotional, personal, professional, it minimizes, the regular practice minimizes the impact of the suffering. It is our own making, so it means the mind is undergoing a change. Look at it, mind is undergoing a change. So what are the 3 steps? The first is known as the will to act. Will to act in the state of meditation. Second, knowledge, clear understanding of the self and the non-self. Third, you practice with love. No, I have to do the practice, let us say whether I can manage my stress or not. I have a lot of problems with my honey, that is why I'm practicing. So that thought continues in your head. You don't have the knowledge, that is non-self. So in 3 words I could say will, knowledge and love. Do you love yourself? Practice meditation. Do you hate yourself? Practice meditation so that you start loving yourself. So here the love also means that you charge your mind with emotion, with a feeling, with a love that it is the work of all the works needs to be done. You leave everything but meditate and allow that state of meditation to move, to enter into your life in every activity. Tapah swadhyaya Ishwar pranidhanani kriya yoga. So we started understanding, check your mind. Is it aware? Yes. Can you separate self from the non-self? Here and now. You need not to practice meditation. You are already there. The beauty is the self is only one and the non-self are many. When the mind is running after many, can you become aware and turn your mind to the self? Now, in today's practice, if I say simply your mind is facing to the self, even if you don't know it, not facing to the world. Here and now, at this very moment. But it never happens. It needs a regular practice, unbroken continuity of the practice with a commitment, with the care and the love. So the 3 sutras. Will, knowledge. Knowledge means a clear understanding that where we are going. We are going to the self, leaving the non-self. That is the meaning of the sadhana. And the third point, it has to be done with emotion, with love, not with reaction. No, I became angry, so I have to repent, and now let me meditate and release that anger. It may release, but the scar, the impressions created will remain there. Why? Knowledge. Anger is not me. I am of the nature of permanent peace and happiness. It is the mind that created the anger in me due to the attachment. So once that understanding is there and you practice, the result of the meditation will be very deep. So let us start our journey. Close your eyes and close your eyes. First, the position of the body. I never ask you to either, no, you have to sit in a meditative pose. How can you be Buddha in one day? It took him almost 20 years. So sit or lie down in any position and settle into that position first. So what is the meaning of settling into that position? Check that there is no unease, discomfort, either because of the temperature in the room or due to the position of the body. Eyes are closed and you are into that position of the body. How do you know it? See, the knowledge has come. You feel it. When you say, I know, so I know means there is a knowledge. And now move the mind on the neck joint. Again, I'm repeating it again and again. Move the mind on the neck joint and feel the sensation. Not only sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. So there are two elements the Patanjali says. It says regularity, continuity, but again on the same steps. If we are a seeker, then we follow one practice, selected steps, and we continue until that very steps, all the steps merge together and the mind flows naturally. Patanjali says uninterrupted flow of the mind, again inside, is meditation. So shoulder joints, an instant result in terms of your experience is sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. So if that is there, the mind flows naturally. Before I explain it, the mind, hip joint, sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. And again, understand, it's a knowledge practice. The mind is not making any effort. So we don't need any kind of a will as such. Will means to the mind, you have to work on it. Where are you going? And natural is an awareness, is an awakening. Move the mind on the entire body. Slowly feel the sensation and being comfortable and steadiness. I need to move slowly. Why? To check. Continuity is there. The mind continues. So there is a self-check. The mind remains in the state of being comfortable, being steady. We are not in a hurry. The moment you are in a hurry, it's a veil, it's an ignorance. And now the second part of this first step, being carefree, free from the cares. So let the thought come and feeling comes and the sensation comes. Let us go a little deeper with the knowledge, and then you are aware it is still a knowledge practice. The thoughts, feelings, sensations are the effects of the subtler impressions. The mind does not normally become aware. They are known as the impressions carried forward from the current birth and the previous birth. So we are simply watching the impact and the effects of those impressions resurfacing in the mind. And we are not doing anything. We just watch, let them come and let them go. Settle into being carefree. Physical sensations, knowledge from the sense organs. Subtle sensations of the thoughts, feeling and the emotions. Why they are known as subtle? Because they are not perceived by the sense organs. How simple it is. And what about the subtler? That is still not known by the mind and the intellect until its effect is seen by the mind. And those subtler impressions are known as the vasanas, impressions, current birth, our habit, previous birth. And that is why we become carefree. See that? Now, once there's the wisdom and the understanding, that is why we let these thoughts come and go. Why? Why at this time? Because we are going into meditation and you may have many answers. And I can say that now the stage is set to make a journey within, leaving the non-self, going to the self. But still we create a strong foundation. Look at the head and the neck. Mind is aware of the head and the neck or moves there on the head and the neck and experience sensation, relaxation and stillness. If that is so, it is the first step also contributed, and that we forget. In our material, our personal, our professional and social life, where the mind and the intellect works by dividing and perceiving. Oh, you became angry? No, I'm sorry. You see, first statement, I'm angry. Second, parts. I'm sorry. Third is then I feel little good, but still I have some impression. But in meditation, the steps are for the sake of intellect and the mind. All the steps continue. It is a one unbroken continuity. So it means the first step, whatever we have experienced, should continue. You got it. Look at the right arm. Move the mind on the right arm. Experience sensation. Experience sensation, relaxation and stillness. Move the mind on the left arm. Feel the sensation. Be there. Feel the sensation, experience relaxation and stillness. How simple it is. Move the mind on the left leg. Be there. Feel the sensation, relaxation and stillness. Mind on the right leg. Feel the sensation, relaxation and stillness. The entire body, feel the sensation, relaxation and stillness. The entire body. Let us move to the next step, and explore how the mind looks within. And that is the step of the Shanti meditation I'm incorporating today. So look at the head and the neck outside. Now here a very subtle will works. What work we did in the second step as a knowledge practice, head and the neck, our experience, sensation, relaxation and stillness. The moment when I say look at the head and the neck outside, just check. When I say it, does the mind return to its old habit? We need an active step to counter that. But if it is not, wonderful. The moment you see the head and the neck outside, sensation, relaxation and stillness, look inside the head and the neck. Instantly, just become aware. What happens in that awareness? The mind knows fully the sense organ cannot go inside, so it projects. What it projects? It projects darkness. It projects space. You see that? Going a little deeper with understanding. But this mind is projecting happiness in the objects, and that's what you say causes the desire, and desire causes the suffering. And still we are going for the projection. Yes, what helps us to move near to the self? clarity is there. Move the mind on the right arm. Be there, outside, sensation, relaxation, and stillness, and then look inside. Look inside the right arm. Just be there. The mind goes deeper. You go to the sea beach, you see the horizon and the mind. Oh, what a beauty! What a projected emptiness. We get a feel of it. The mind goes to the left leg, left arm. Outside, sensation, relaxation, and stillness, and inside, projected. I'm now using, to advance the journey. Whether you experience the inner space or darkness or emptiness, it's okay. But always know that it is still projection of the mind. And what is the goal? Transcend the mind. If you are an advanced seeker, you can easily pick up. The mind goes to the chest and the belly. Outside, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And inside, you know now, be there. Be there. Right leg outside, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Inside, you know that. I need not to say. Just be there. Left leg outside. You know what is there, what is your experience. Look inside the left leg. You know what is your experience. Why should I say it? Remember the will, the knowledge, and the love. It must be there in the mind to succeed, according to the Master Patanjali. Understand that. Understand. And then you are in the practice. We'll follow one practice from the Tantra, especially the Shakta Tantra, but in a very refined manner. First, look at the breath. and become aware of the three-pointed awareness of the breath. The breath goes in and out. You know it. You feel the sensation of the breath, and no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Check. You got it. You are aware of the breath. Now, no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. The moment the breath goes in, move the mind from the top of the head to the tailbone. When the breath returns, move the mind from the tailbone to the top of the head. So when you are an advanced seeker, you don't need a support of any mantra or image. Well, if you're not, so we will not do with an image today. I made a simple way out in the state of, you see, that is how I explain the continuity according to the Patanjali. In the state of being comfortable, carefree, sensation, relaxation and stillness outside in the body, mind looking inside, aware of the breath. With that awareness, the mind drops from the top of the center of the head to the tailbone. No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath, as if the breath is pointing to the mind. Mind, drop yourself from the top of the head to the tailbone and from the tailbone to the top of the head. It is the mind that is full of ignorance. It is the mind that need to be awakened to the knowledge of the self. Now, when the breath goes in, the mind drops from the top of the head to the belly button only. And when the breath returns, the mind moves from the belly button to the top of the head. If the mind has a tremendous pressure for some fear and anxiety and survival instinct, the mind will not stop at the belly button, it will go down. You can easily understand what I mean by purity of the mind. So in this step, breath is the same. You are in the state of sensation, relaxation, stillness, but you are aware of a point When the breath is going in, the mind drops from the top of the head to the belly button. And when the breath returns, the mind rises from the belly button to the top of the head. Can you say it's a no man's land or no mind's land? I like that master when I met him. He said, take this mind to the no mind's land and see what happens. You already know what we are doing. Through the knowledge practice, we are helping the mind to rise. And now the mind moves from the top of the head to the heart inside, in the spine. When the breath goes in, the moment the breath returns, the mind rises from the heart inside to the top of the head. When the mind remains confined to the belly button, it doesn't go down. You become a seeker. I've been talking a lot about it. And if the mind is constantly moving below the belly, no way to be seeker. Then you reject all the teachers, you get frustration and failures, you go to all the masters and, no, I learned it, but it is not working. Come on, you are not working on the mind. And then we have a lot of hallucinations and images and experiences. No way. Eastern wisdom never takes you to any kind of hallucinative experiences. Simple step. The breath is moving naturally, no change. When the breath moves, the mind becomes aware and it drops from the top of the head to the heart. The breath returns, mind rises. It is such a beautiful practice. It can help you advance into the journey. We are not using any chakra or images or symbol or mantras. Breath is the same. it comes to be subtle, the mind resists and reacts. Let us see. Now, when the breath goes in, breath appears to be longer than the distance the mind can cover from the top of the head to the throat. So every time the breath goes in, let the mind drop from the top of the head to the throat, and when the breath returns, the mind rises from the throat to the top of the head. Yes, mind can drift. No way. If it drifts, you recall, remember, return to the practice. In the state of continuity means what? You already know, in the state of sensation, relaxation, stillness, outside being comfortable, inside being aware of the breath, movement of the breath with the movement of the mind. May I say it's a higher knowledge practice? Yes. One practice of meditation where all the steps are passive is mindfulness. Passive means what? We don't ask the mind to do some activity, to perform some action, including focus. We ask the mind to flow naturally. The principle of the Eastern wisdom says, Sa vidya ya vimuktaye. The knowledge of the self that liberates. Our next step. The moment the breath goes in, move the mind from the top center of the head to the middle of the eyebrows. In the space, the moment the breath returns, let the mind rise above that knowledge to the top of the head, with every breath going in and coming out. And now do nothing. Remain as you are. The mind must do the practice. But at present, the mind is in the state of doing nothing is also a practice for the mind. We normally guided and dictated by, follow this posture, sit in this, and it will help you. It gives you more pain and discomfort. You see? Sometimes we focus on the breath, sometimes mantra. This mantra is powerful. No, you make the mantra powerful. Live into that state of doing nothing. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside. Know your experiences. We'll share our experiences for a while before concluding the session, my friends. So, yes, Paul.
Hi, that was very good. I never done that before, going from the tailbone to the stomach to the heart.
And
so that was interesting.
And it gives you very soothing, calming experience.
Yes.
What Priscilla is doing at very advanced level to focus on the chakras, we are doing at a very beginner's level.
Yes. Very straightforward, simple way.
Straightforward, simple way.
So peaceful and relaxing.
Yeah, I could see that. That's wonderful.
Really great.
And Samir.
Yes, sir. Whole body was totally still. Thoughts were coming, going at their own pace. I was little bit different from those thoughts.
Wonderful. That's a good experience. You have been doing it. We have been doing it regularly. So how are you, Sangeeta ji?
प्रणाम सर।
प्रणाम।
सर थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन हुआ जब ब्रीद इन कर रहे हैं तो सांस तो पेट में जा रही है, लेकिन हमें देखना है थ्रोट से सिर तक और माथे से सिर तक, वहाँ पर थोड़ा
Yeah, remove this confusion. She is saying that when you are breathing in, the breath is going into belly. That is also symbolic to make us understand. So now the mind creates a confusion. What is that confusion? What is she is asking? When the breath goes into the belly, how the mind can move to the tailbone? That leads to a lot of challenges. भाई हवा है ना संगीता, हवा तो कहीं भी जा सकती है, मन को घुमाना है ना, सांस जाती रहे अपना जहां जाती है, सांस को जैसे ही अंदर जाते हुए देखना है, मन को टॉप से टेल बोन पर, फिर दूसरे केंद्र पर, फिर तीसरे केंद्र पर, है ना, ये बात। और कैसे हो अशोक महाराज जी? हाउ आर यू?
आई एम गुड.
You are good? Oh, very good.
Good, sir. Good.
Good? Okay.
Sir, very good.
So he's a very tough, engineer, Priscilla. He has been with me for many, many years now, 15, 20 years. So what is your experience?
Feeling relaxed, sir.
Feeling relaxed. Good. Remain relaxed. Or Pavan, what happened?